Today's video, I'm gonna just talk about a shoot that I have going on and a little bit of just transparency on what it's like building a production company in your early 20s, especially when you're in that kind of like in-between stage where you're still building like the business side of things, but also freelancing on the side. A bit of a backstory, I started freelancing probably like making money off of it like 4 years ago. And since then, for the last 3 years, I've been full-time, not like, if I'm being honest, not doing like amazing where I'm like loaded in cash. It's definitely been like, I've had to like really squeeze every dollar that I make. I think where I'm at now, I still have like goals in mind, but I'm definitely making the most I've ever made, which is awesome. But right now, this isn't my project, but I'm about to head to LA for 3 days. We're doing a beverage shoot and I'll just be like a camera operator for the production. I don't exactly know what we're filming other than like interviews and B-roll and then like footage of like the manufacturing of the drink. But I feel like my kind of key takeaway from shoots like this, where it's not my production, as long as I like do good work on the production side, like I can learn, I think, like a lot about a bunch of different industries. A year ago, my split of what was paid client work of my own stuff through Feast Films versus, you know, freelance camera operating or ACing, it was like 90% freelance for other production companies, and I would have a few like small projects. But where I'm at now, I feel like things have shifted like drastically. Now it's probably like 70%, you know, my own productions, which is awesome. And then that like 30 to 35% of freelancing for other people. And I think my takeaway from it has been, I don't want to take for granted the fact that I get to choose what I get to do for a living when it comes to choosing between projects that I'm on. I think if you're thinking about freelancing or you've been in the game for a while, if you feel like discouraged, like you're in a season where you're not getting a ton of work, there's no shame in like finding something to supplement your income. That's something that, like, obviously like time has passed, I can't really like undo it. I did have to pull like a lot of my savings in order to like kind of stay afloat for a while. And you know, potentially maybe the more responsible financial thing to do would be to pick up like a day job here and there, just so that you can continue to save up for retirement and, you know, your other goals. But I've also found that like I'm the type of person where if I have that level of stability, my like drive and like pressure that I feel goes way down. So maybe it is just what I needed, and that's just kind of the cost of the game. I feel like I've grown the most career-wise and as a person when I light a fire under my ass and like have to figure it out. I had about 4 months of savings in the business account so that I could get a studio space and not work from home, just to see what that would be like. And that, you know, for the first 3 months, it was scary. Like I was barely getting by financially. Usually the winter is like way just like less lucrative. But then things shifted. Like the pressure that I felt for those first like 3 to 4 months, I was like dialed in of like, we're hitting outreach goals every single week. We're posting 1 to 2 times a week on social. We're planning ahead. We're creating systems. Like, I think if I didn't have that pressure to like go for it, I don't know if I would be growth-wise where I'm at right now. So I don't know, it's kind of a pick and choose of like, you need to go with your gut of what makes sense for you. But I think for me, that has been 9 out of 10 times. If it scares you and it puts financial pressure especially on you, you should probably just go do it, as long as you're not like stupid about it. I don't really know what this video is going to be called or titled, but for some reason at 5:30 in the morning, I felt the urge and need to pick up the camera and just talk. So if you found value out of this video, like and subscribe, I guess. And if you have thoughts on these topics or anything like that, feel free to let me know in the comments what you're going through, and I'll do my best to respond. So yeah, peace.